Wait, is this recording now? The record thing is on. I pressed this button right there. Oh, well then yeah. This looks like it's zoomed in. Trying to figure out how to... Is this how you guys
You ready? You ready? What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, your Star Lord, your Quilla J. Fry. I'm here with the cohorts, the henchmen. You know what it is, you know what we do. Who we got in the building today?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm on this side of the table. Oh wow, that's a change. Got DJ, per usual. Who the fuck is you? And who let you in?
Make that face, make that face.
Oh my god.
My name is Jason, aka Hyperlink.
What?
AKA 7 guy.
Alright. That's Hyperlink. Hyperlink.
This nigga.
Hyperlink with an A.
Hyperlink. Okay.
That's my rap.
This is Jason.
Hey, that's your rap name? You got bars?
That's everything, man.
Okay. Oh, that's weird, man. You got a pet name? Like,
I'm feeling that hat though. He has a hat with the Bulls.
I love it.
The Bull mascot.
He got the
has
handkerchief over his face.
Like, rob your ass. Anyway,
like it's,
what we talking about?
we from where we from.
Of course.
Let's address it. We gotta address the culture, our culture, my favorite culture, my life. Let's talk about hip hop. Let's.
What's about hip hop?
We can go on to Kanye. We can talk about this very underrated Royce the 5'9" album.
So let's start with Royce the 5'9", honestly.
Go for it. Go for it.
Go get it. So like, I don't know if y'all saw a previous video, but it was talking about like, yo, Royce the 5'9", go get that shit. Go get that shit. So we was listening to it before we started this podcast or video, whatever the fuck you want to call this shit. And so that shit is nice. It's good. It has songs. Of course, it has songs you'll skip over, but it has songs you just want to listen to. Like, yo, let me go find that shit and play it repeatedly. Most definitely is good. Royce the 5'9" album is Book of Ryan, right?
Yeah.
It's called Book of Ryan. Basically, the way he has it set up is like fucking genius. He has it so that his son is asking him questions about his childhood and how he feels his childhood shaped him. And on top of that, how he wants to be as a father. And it's just like, yo, it's good. And it goes into the whole situation about growing up. Like how even though he had a father, the shit still was rough in his household because of shit that his father was doing. It's good. Listen to it. He pours his heart out. He writes it on the page, and he gives it to us.
And I like you can hear the page is flipping.
Yeah.
Doing certain skits. I did appreciate that. For me, what I love about the album, the track I like the least is like his freestyle track. Like he popping mad shit. What is that? The shit that Mr. Porter did. It was like Rihanna Stalker on Park in the DMs.
Okay.
Like yeah, and he just and it was like okay, you didn't want to waste these bars. Yeah, see.
I still gotta listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still listen to it.
Alright.
I just played Caterpillar 500 times.
Caterpillar was that shit. Eminem most definitely did his shit on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely did his shit on that one. Like I gotta give big ups to Eminem on that one.
Big like that. What you fucking with on the hip hop side?
Let me see. This is surprise. This is gonna be surprising to y'all, because I'm usually a lyrical, smerical fan.
Talking about some humble shit.
But Juice WRLD.
From who?
It's a dude from Chicago. His name is Juice WRLD. And it's not mumble rap. It's more like I don't even know who to compare it to. He a new nigga, but it's not like mumble rap. It's more melodic, kind of sad boy shit, kind of like XXX Tentacion.
So he punches bitches.
He don't punch bitches.
As far as we know, as of right now.
As far as we know, he don't punch bitches.
He loves women. You never hit a woman, and you never punch a bitch.
He makes new age, but the topics is like relationship breakup shit. But it's like it's weird because it's like the topic is breakup shit, but it's turning up on the song. Like it's weird. I didn't know he was from Chicago, so I always support Chicago people. So
Your hat told us that.
yeah, I'm a Chicago to the end. But
Says the policeman.
that's how you know. Most people that rep Chicago, they're not even born from there. Oprah. Old Kanye. Because Kanye's born in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Obama's born in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Ludacris was born here.
Ludacris was born here, but he reps
Ludacris
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
He's reversed. He was born in fucking what?
We
Oak
still
Park?
won.
Oak Park, and he reps Atlanta. Kanye's born in Atlanta, reps Chicago. I'm born in a whole other fucking country. I rep Chicago harder than most people, but yeah, Juice WRLD. I'm looking forward to the Saba album. I haven't heard it yet. Like a lot of people tell me it's fire. Fucking. Who else? I know someone else recently dropped. I can't think of who.
It's a lot of people that recently dropped. Like,
Shit, we can talk about.
Oh, ASAP. Now
Hey,
that's
oh,
I
that's
haven't
a
heard
mixtape.
that one. I haven't heard that
Now
one.
I like ASAP. I feel like his last album was a masterpiece.
Okay.
Like, this album, it's not just me. A lot of people are saying this.
Yeah,
he fell off. Yeah.
Reviews I heard.
It's like 2 tracks. That's the bangers of the year, but like the rest of it is like.
My
It's
issue with ASAP, I don't understand. For me, I love my culture. I don't give a fuck about shit. Like you know me personally. You know me personally. I love my culture.
I love my culture. I don't give a fuck about shit.
No,
that makes sense, bro.
No, because I protect what's really near and dear to me, and I love the culture. I love hip hop. That's us. That's something I've personally seen us create and own. And when I think of hip hop, I think of New York. Like that's the Mecca. Like how Chicago is like the comedy scene. How Hollywood is the actor scene. Like what fucked me up about ASAP, how you got like this grill and the southern twang thing, but you were born in Harlem. Like you're from the Mecca.
He's like the New York nigga that is influenced by Houston niggas.
Yeah, and at the same time, look at Chicago niggas. You know, like what I'm saying, like people. I don't know if you've ever been told this, but I've been told this a few times. Like being in Chicago, they're like, yo, you got a little accent.
That's true.
You know,
Some
and, like,
sounds
black people in Chicago got that southern South America, not South America. I'm sorry, the southern portion of America, like Alabama, Mississippi, all that shit.
A lot of them migrated north.
Right. Because like the whole Great Migration, so it still got that twang, you know, in our speech. So when it comes to that, I'm not thinking. I don't know if you're trying to say you biting something, but like I dismiss that. Like, yo, you black in America. You gonna sound like your grandma. You gonna sound like your mom. You gonna sound like whoever the fuck you influenced you. And I doubt that him being black in Harlem, he was like, oh, let me sound like these.
But like,
Houston
bro,
niggas or some
Harlem,
shit.
bro, like New York, like Big J, like you're from.
Question. How long was Jay family in New York compared to ASAP's family? Because like if his mama just moved to New York, that don't matter.
He might be someone that's moving.
Right, like that's another thing I look. I don't know. I never like researched ASAP because I don't fucking care.
Yeah, me either.
Like, how long was his family in New York before he became, before he was born? So that's another thing. Like, I'm not picky on that. I'm not picky on that because it don't matter. If it was a white dude trying to sound like some
we gotta
white
get Post
person,
Malone out there.
then it's like, all right.
Wait, hold on. All right, so what do we do about black dudes that wanna be white dudes in our culture? Like,
Let them be white.
Let's bring it back.
Be
Because we
white.
talking about Chicago, let them be white. We talking about hip hop, Chicago. Let's bring it back.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, who are you talking
No,
about?
what are we talking about specifically? A black dude who want to be white. That's from Chicago and in our culture. Who the fuck could that possibly be?
You know what? Before we start this conversation, we gonna fill these drinks up real quick. We're gonna be right back. We'll be right back.
So we left off.
Got my refill. So we left off talking about somebody from Chicago that want to be white and in our culture. Who we talking about? Who we talking about?
It's Tuda.
His name rhyme with Wanye.
Wanye. Does his name rhyme with Wanye? I don't know what the fuck Wanye is anyway, but yeah.
What's the nigga from Boys to Men?
Yeah.
What's that J. Cole?
Wanye.
What's that J. Cole?
I'll never be black is trying to say.
Trying something be the boy. The man came from the boy like one. I don't know what.
Oh, the boy came to man like one.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh shit, deep cut. Back when J. Cole was a good rapper.
He's what? We gonna get to that next.
Yeah, we popping mad shit.
Cause he tripping.
I'm popping mad shit. Kanye, man.
How do you feel?
What we talking about?
How do you feel?
Well,
How hurt are you?
I'm honestly still hurt. Like I sold for my for what? It was like a month. I was just like sad. I
it
drank.
wasn't even a month ago, right?
No, I'm talking about no. I ain't gonna name names, but remember when we were hanging out with some people.
Oh, you're talking about, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we was hanging out with some people that know people close to Kanye from Chicago. And they were dropping knowledge on things that Kanye was doing, or basically that his friends were noticing that people outside of that circle wouldn't normally know. So, yeah, he's been talking, that's about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So it was before the whole Kanye slavery is a choice shit. Yeah, that was about 2 months ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But here, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Are you only recently hurt?
I was hurt like 2 months ago.
Cause he was doing hurtful shit before like this year. As far as Trump goes. Like it's not new.
It didn't. I think I had to know somebody because like you hear things on the news, you watch TV, all this shit, and it tries to tell you how to think, and it's like, oh, Kanye's an asshole, he's this, he's whatever. But like to like actually meet a human, to meet a person who was like, nah, the tooth fairy ain't real. It's like, wait, what? Not in the sense of like Kanye is my saving grace, but that was the inspiration. So, I'm probably dancing around your question.
Was you hurt?
Sort of.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't hurt. I was never hurt by Kanye. No, I was hurt when he apologized to George Bush. That was the first thing that hurt me. You don't remember that? It was an interview of him apologizing.
That's when he turned Republican.
Yeah.
But even that is like minuscule compared to the recent shit. So
yeah.
When I was first hurt by Kanye, it was when Trump got elected. Trump, I think he just did his inauguration, and then Kanye got on stage and was like, even this is not that bad compared to his recent shit, but it was when people were they started canceling him, so to speak. So he got on stage and he was, I didn't vote, but if I voted, I would have voted for Trump. And of course, all black people were like, what? You the dude that said George Bush doesn't care about black people?
We stopped the
stage.
Black Panthers. Ronald Reagan cooked up an answer.
It's one thing for someone to say some pro-black stuff in a song, and it's one thing for somebody to say some pro-black stuff in an interview. But for you to go on live TV when everyone else is expecting you to say something scripted, and you're so passionate about what you're passionate about that you say forget the script. I'm gonna call out the president on live TV. That's Michael Myers next to me.
You was my nigga.
Just because he was so passionate, and you could tell he was passionate because he was kind of like nervous in his voice. Yeah. He was stumbling a little bit, but it was from the heart. And he was talking about them like not helping people in New Orleans, and they coming out and shooting the looters and all this. And he was passionate. It wasn't that articulate. It wasn't whatever. But you could tell. That's when I think if anyone wasn't a fan of Kanye at that point, black, they became a fan of him then because he took a chance to. That could have ruined his. Yeah, it could have ruined his brand. It was controversial, but he didn't care. He was like, I'm on live TV, I'm gonna do this now, and they can't even censor me. They cut him off and they cut to Chris Tucker.
He looked like, what the fuck? So actually, okay. I love this. I love the culture. I love this energy right now. I was listening to Minority Report the other day when it broke my heart. Because it was about Hurricane Katrina and how we were treated. When you loot, if you didn't have the loot, Your baby needed food and he was stuck on the roof. A helicopter swooped by just to get a scoop through his telescopic lens, but he didn't scoop you. And it goes into these interviews at the end, and the song ends with George Bush doesn't care about black people. And I think Kingdom Come was the first adult contemporary hip hop album I ever heard. And it's a Jay-Z song that's so beautiful and piercing. And it closes out with like, Kanye West is his voice. George Bush doesn't care about black people. And we're here.
Yeah.
We're here today.
Kanye West doesn't care about black people. That's what's happening right now.
Never thought you'd see today.
And it's fucked up because like he supports Trump, whatever. And then on top of it, he's like, slavery's a choice, whatever. But what really pissed me off wasn't even all that. That pissed me off, that slavery was a choice, and him supporting Trump. But what pissed me off was when Rhyme Fest hit up Drake on Twitter. Was like, yo, when you get that money from good music, see what you could do for Chicago, because Kanye said, I don't give a fuck about the Chicago youth.
Wait till Kenny get help.
And I'm like, I will believe Rhyme Fest over anything fucking Kanye says. Hands down. Hands down. So if Rhyme Fest said that, then that shit happened in my opinion. So like, for him to say that shit, say I don't give a fuck about the youth of Chicago, it's like, nigga, you was the youth of Chicago.
Facts.
What was you at when you was 14? You was hanging out on the fucking South Side and South Shore. What the fuck was you doing? Huh? You was hanging out with your boy with the Stones, giving you the nickname so they leave you alone. What the fuck was you doing? And you talking about, I don't give a fuck about the youth of Chicago. The youth of Chicago is hurting right now. And this nigga talking about, I don't give a fuck about it. This nigga leaving Down the House alone. Now the House having to do shit by itself without the support of Kanye West. And then his bitch ass wife finna get on Twitter talking some bullshit when she ain't even been in Chicago to do anything for Down the West. It's like, yo, what you in Chicago for? Oh, I'm signing shit. I'm downtown, Michigan Ave, signing shit for my new product. When was the last time you was on the South Side? Ain't nobody seeing Kim on the South Side. My kids.
Wait, hold on, wait. Bro. That's a good question.
Bro.
Wait. Why is Kim Kardashian never? I've never heard of like, cause she a twat. She's stupid. She's dumb. She take pictures of every fucking stupid thing because she's stupid. She's horrible. And I mean that with the utmost disrespect. Stupid, twat, dumb. Take pictures of things. She's stupid. She takes pictures of things. She's a twat. She's dumb. Why the stupid, dumb twat who takes pictures of things? Hold on. No. Why she ain't never take the picture outside of Kanye West's childhood home?
Cause she ain't never been to the South Side of Chicago.
That's true. But I feel more mad about Kanye not being South Side of Chicago than Kim. Kim has no obligation to the South Side of Chicago.
When you
Kanye
speak, when you speak the way she spoke in that Twitter rant against Rhyme Fest, talking about my kid, I'm finna take over and give it to my kids, then you should be on the South Side of Chicago. Because Down the House is for the South Side of Chicago. Yeah. Don't try and bring your whole, I'm charitable, I give my money to this, blah blah blah, but you ain't ever stepping foot onto the fucking battleground. What the fuck you doing? We live on the South Side of Chicago. Has she ever walked these streets? Hell to the fucking up. But you know one thing,
well, she's a hobbit. Hobbits don't walk.
You know one thing though, somebody was like, they think Kanye was the one that tweeted that through Kim's account. So that's a little controversy. They say Kanye might have tweeted that through Kim's account. So maybe it could have been Kanye. I love
so it's still two bitch ass white people. I mean that with all disrespect.
The only reason I say that I don't think Kanye would do that is because we all know about his mental illness.
Okay, hold on. We finna pause you right there.
Pause.
We finna pause you right there. We finna take this break. We're gonna get on to mental illness for black people, the black community, period. That's what we finna do, alright, bro? Let's pause it right there. I like this conversation. Alright, we back. What was you talking about?
Mental illness in the black community. I'm gonna say this, fuck it. You know what I love about The Throne? I always loved the dichotomy of Jay-Z, Kanye West. Because you can get one or you can always get the other. Jay-Z cool. What Jay-Z do? What Kanye do? I'm talking to you though. I'm talking to you. I'm fucking talking to you. I'm talking to you. Alright, fuck what I love about the duality of them two, for me, again, protect the culture, secure the culture. We were talking about mental health, and Jay-Z has a tone, not a tone, I don't know that man. That's a grown-ass man. But he's like, oh, I'm in therapy. I've done really bad things to people. I've done really bad things I'm not comfortable with, but I'm going to admit to them. I'm going to own them. And with Kanye, it's like, oh, I'm on meds.
Right.
When he really, that new album, I've heard the album. Everything is about, I'm on pills. Tweaking off that CCP.
Does Jay-Z have a mental illness though?
We all have mental illnesses.
That's not true.
Now,
Bullshit.
Hold on. There's a difference between mental health issues and mental illness. You can have a mental health issue but not be mentally ill.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
So
Kanye is confirmed mentally ill. Now,
Because he told us that.
now before I get into this, I was gonna say, I'm not in no way defending anything Kanye said. I'm not saying he justified anything he said. But similar to,
I think
she's
she's
a
just
slightly different kind. And we know she said some cool shit. We know she said some cool shit. But we know she's fucking crazy.
Also, we're gonna bleep her name out. We're gonna see to that.
You wanna-
She ain't getting no promo.
That's fair enough.
She did.
But we know she had what? She had dead chicken body parts in her closet because she was practicing I don't know how to pronounce it. Brujeria.
Says the Brazilian. Belizean. That's a racism.
But we know she's not. I don't know what specifically issue she has, but she's not all there. We know that. But with Kanye, again, I'm not defending anything he said, but he's not. We know even from Life of Pablo before the mass cancellation of Kanye. There's songs on the album. He's literally naming the prescription drugs he's taking that the doctors prescribed him. He said, "Oh, remember the last time in Mexico when I don't remember."
Off that Lexi, bro.
Yeah, that's a manic. He was taking anti-manic. You know what manic drugs are for?
Yeah, I'm gonna cover my mouth.
So again, I'm not justifying anything Kanye said, but you have to put the people like the Kanyes and the Azalea Banks into a different, so to speak, coon box than the.
There's a toolbox. You have a toolbox
and a coon box. Like a Stacey Dash, she's like the president of the coon box. You got the Ben Carsons, you got the Stacey Dashes,
the Colin Powells.
Ravens.
What's that one sheriff that he's
I don't fucking know.
I don't know his name, but y'all
I
probably
don't know what y'all talking about.
Y'all,
The sheriff that agrees with Trump. Fuck that nigga.
Oh, he's gonna die.
he's always talking about black people. It's y'all probably know. It's a sheriff that he's always speaking against black people. That's a coon box. Charles Barkley, you could throw him in there.
Charles Barkley?
Shaq.
Nah, hold on.
You heard what he said about Colin Kaepernick?
What did he say?
He said, why would you wait till this point to speak for black people? Why won't you do this your whole career? I don't think you're sincere. And I like cops. And Shaq is in that boat.
Yeah.
So you got the coon box.
Throw the deputy in the boat, because he's a deputy.
Throw the deputy in the coon box. Now, people like Kanye, this is a small box right now because I can't really think of anyone else.
I like small boxes though.
That's another topic. You have I can't think of anyone else that's confirmed suffering from mental illness, but for what we know, for what we observe, we have an Azalea Banks and we have a Kanye West where they need therapy, they need medication, they need something. Now again, not justifying their coon comments, but
why do we know they need help and they don't know they need help?
They know they need help.
They know they need help.
Kanye's on medication. He got back. And then, as for his new album, I know a lot of people may be boycotting it or they just haven't listened to it. But this album is basically, I won't say it's a cry for help, but it's kind of like a proud announcing of it. the album cover is. What does it say on the album cover?
I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
Yeah, which is a direct. It's a direct kind of like reference to what it's like in his mind, where it's like a contradiction. He's saying, "I hate bipolar. It's awesome." So like, he's on the album. He's calling it a superpower.
Yeah, I heard that. I love that shit. He started screaming over that shit.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That's my disability. Ain't no disability. That's my superpower. I'm a superhero, nigga. Woo!
Yeah. So it's, as you can clearly tell, that's some crazy shit. Like, so, and we know, like, again, from Life of Pablo, he's literally naming the prescription drugs they prescribed him to take to deal with his manic and mania as a whole. That's a monster. He's naming drugs.
Did he tell us 8 years ago that he was a monster?
Yeah. Fact. So like he's naming these drugs that are literally prescribed for bipolar, chronic depression, manic, and mania is like that's a whole serious thing. So like,
wait, hold on. As a person who suffers from depression, when you're manic, it is a very interesting time.
are you saying you're manic?
No, not
It's
now.
separate than manic is separate than like depression.
No, when you're in the middle of an episode,
Okay.
like it's the craziest shit. Like you with the shit. you just like oh fuck it, I'll exercise, I'll this, oh fucking fuck it. You dive into something. You're gonna choose something, and you're like, oh, I'm okay, I'm fucking fine, I'm doing this right, and you look up and you're like, wait a minute. Well, 2, 3, hopefully he gets to a point, well, 2, 3 years down the line, can look back and be like, I was fucked up. Like for me, I worked at this high-end retail store, and I was listening to 808 Heartbreaks, and it's the most
Depressing.
yeah, it's so depressing. I'm not gonna give my opinions on it right now, but in that moment,
It is a good album. It's just
okay. And up until then, at that moment, I appreciate the album because I'm like the melodies, the beats, the instruments. And I'm like,
Street Lights. Just don't
Oh
have
my
that.
no, Street Lights.
Oh my god.
That's my shit. Continue. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
Continue.
God.
Continue. Street
I
Lights.
saw tap. Okay.
I will cry to that right
Yes.
Oh.
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
I was going through an episode and I'm like, I'm happy. I'm at work. I'm dealing with this girl. Whatever. It's not working. And I revisited my life. And I was like, yo, I was fucking real sad. I was fucked up. And I think that's what's gonna have to happen.
Like a epiphany of some sort.
I mean, the most bizarre shit to me, and we only have 90 seconds before we refill. Kim was hiring a surrogate mother and trying to have a kid. In the same week, well, not week, I'll say same time span when Kanye had this meltdown.
Oh yeah, that did. Yeah.
And it's like, if this man ain't okay,
Then why are you trying?
he ranted like a motherfucker on stage about people. I gave him 20 million without blinking. He gave me 20 minutes on stage. He brought his kids up. Like, so for me, I'm sorry. I'm
No. It makes you wonder, like, how much do the Kardashians care about Kanye and his mental health?
They don't
Because
care about nothing.
They about money, period. And like when you look at the men that have come into their lives, even their own fucking brother, Rob Kardashian. When you look at the men that are in their lives, they just fucking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up. Lamar.
I mean, so you wouldn't wait, hold on. You wouldn't nothing Black China if you could get away with it.
And we're about to take a break. Thank you all. We'll be right back.
Would you nothing Black China?
I don't like Black China at all.
I didn't ask you.
She's shaped like a fucking Mewtwo.
All right, we back. We're not gonna address whatever he just just said. Anyway, so back to mental illness. So we were talking about famous people and how mental illness in a black community could affect famous people. But what I want to bring up is, especially Chicago, because that's all we know. Born and raised, all of us here. Well, raised. Not born, but raised. The mental illness that is affecting our youth right now in Chicago. So when it comes to mental illness, in my opinion, the black community don't know enough about it and don't know enough how to treat it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so unfortunately, I mean, it's a lot. When I'm gonna say this, when people say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter," but y'all ain't focusing on black crime. First and foremost, there's no such thing as black on black crime because you commit crime against people that are around you. Just like white people kill white people,
right.
Asian people kill Asian.
87%.
Exactly.
87?
So white on white murder is like 80%, 87%. All crime is intraracial. So them isolating it into black people's intraracial crime is obviously it's for a reason because the Mexican gangs killing Mexicans, it's around their area. White people are largely around white people. If you look at when a white person kills a white person, it's 87% of the time, if I remember. It's around that percentage. So crime is largely interracial, but black people are the only ones that are like specified in this little buzzword to try to make it seem like only black people are doing this type of thing.
What he said. So when people say, "Oh, what about the black on black crime?" and then I'm like, wait. First and foremost, the crime that's happening within a black community is a end result, if you could put it that way, of so many different variables when it comes to the war on drugs, the just locking people up, after the whole 13th Amendment, like, oh, we got a loophole, we can put people in prison and make them our slaves in any way, because that's in the 13th Amendment. Prisoners are technically slaves, they can be made slaves, that's the 13th Amendment, read your shit. All that shit, and then the oppression that black people face from white people, all that racism is what contributes to the crime in the black community. Black Lives Matter is basically talking about we got these people, an outside force, the police, that comes in and disrespects the black community, basically treats them like they under any type of level that they want to be in life, and like, you're beneath me, that's what I'm saying, and basically say, your life doesn't matter. That's Black Lives Matter. That's one particular thing that is affecting the black community. It's not talking about all these other areas that is affecting the black community. It's one particular thing, the police. Because the police can be changed and trained in a way that, yo, you go out there, you treat them with respect. I'm not trying to get on that.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get on...
Shit, you own it.
It's about the justice.
That's true. But what I'm trying to get on is the black community mental health. All right? What contributes to the black on black crime, which is not a thing, but the crime in the black community is the fact that we have these young people out there taking drugs left and right, and people look at them like, oh yeah, y'all just, some drug addicts, this and that, but motherfuckers got demons.
Yeah.
People have demons. People grow up in broken homes because of the oppressive system that they've been put in that lock their father away. I'm not saying that all of them are like that, because some fathers literally just walked away, but they lock their father away, thus their father's no longer there, thus their mother has to take care of the household, thus their mother has to have 2 jobs that fucking make ends meet, thus she's not there all the time, thus they have to fend for themselves whenever they need to, thus they're outside trying to make money when they need to, thus they're hanging out with people that can give them quick money when they need to, which is always illegal money when they need to, and then next thing you know, they're getting locked up, they're getting chased by other gangs. So this shit is demons. You will wake up with nightmares if you finna get chased by gang members that's trying to kill you because you was on the wrong side of the fucking street. You supposed to be on the east side, but you on the west side because you had to go to the store. So it's like, yo, you finna get chased by them. You get all this, a culmination of it. Like, yo, here goes some drugs that you can take. That's like, yo, you finna feel
That's
better.
a dad thing.
A
to
what?
say. A dad, a father variant. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna let hyperlink chime in. You popping mad shit.
I'm pissed off right now. Go ahead.
like as money studies could back up, poverty is directly related to crime.
Mm-hmm.
Directly correlated to crime, directly. So, obviously, the most poor neighborhoods are going to be the black and Latino, but mostly black. Because of, we already know about Jim Crow, we already know about the institutions they placed to keep us poor and segregated and in certain areas and in certain systems. So, we already know about the practices where the people that try and buy a home, they couldn't even get loans.
Redlining.
Yeah, they couldn't even get loans because they're black. They can't even, you segregate them in a black school. The black school is not getting nowhere near the funding as a white school. You're not. It's all these systems that keep. It's not even that they're keeping them criminal, but it's keeping them poor. And as we all know, like there's so many systems display it. Poverty is directly proportionate to crime because they're poor. Many people in the hood, they don't have many opportunities to make money in different kind of ways. So they make money drug dealing, they make money doing whatever they got
Just to get by.
Just to get by. And then you have the cleanse. You know, we already know about that. It's, you know, putting stuff in place to where you can super criminalize something like selling weed. Hillary Clinton can go on there and call us super criminals.
Super predators.
Super predators, I mean. Super predators and call us, and make it seem like they're just animals and monsters and they gotta be locked up and all this.
Wait, Jay, I fuck with hyperlinks. Let's go back into, continue your tangent, your rant, get your opinion out. We gotta go back into what a super predator would look like. As a superhero. Or a villain. What would a super predator look like? But go ahead.
Well, so in Hillary's mind, she's probably thinking, "Oh, we're just doing our best to fight crime and all that." But what she's actually doing is painting mostly, well, it's black people, but mostly black men, as these monstrous, violent drug dealers that must all be riled up in like a farm and put in a jail cell because they're all just.
Wait, the Holocaust?
The Japanese concentration camps?
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Slavery?
Right, exactly.
And when you really think about it, most of them are just selling weed. They're not. It's not a violent crime. It's not the super predator.
Look at the chick that just got fucking commuted. Whatever the fuck that's called. President Trump commuted. What's her name? Alice, the black chick.
The white
grandma.
The one good thing now.
That was the devil advocate that I was gonna do with Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
But, so I don't like Kim Kardashian, but that deals to another topic on how all this bad shit can happen to black people, but
no, it's gonna continue. Now.
The powers that be only listen when another white savior comes and says something, and then I'm gonna release this black person.
I'm gonna interject real quick. So I met Jason eons ago, or a hyperlink. My whole fucking life, or the endurance of our relationship. He's been like, "Oh, I'm black. I'm still nigga." Not once has he ever said anything racist, and I found out like 2 years ago some stuff, you know, not in a disrespectful way. You were telling me about, you know, am I allowed to say that you're an immigrant?
Yeah, you can say.
Okay. He's an immigrant, but he wasn't even popping shit. He was just like, man, shit happens. But I love how he's humble about it, and he's still for the cause, and he's down by law. But like white girls will be like, I'm a quarter Indian. White dudes, shit, I'm 32% black. I relate to the struggle.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's another issue with immigrants, but that's gonna be a topic for another time. People not claim immigrants like Haitians or whatever. They don't want to claim that they're black because they feel the word is weird. That's another whole thing.
Still nigga.
But I'm still a nigga.
Still a nigga.
We all niggas.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna come back with our closing comments. I'm gonna come back with our closing comments, alright? Think about our closing comments.
That's what to say. Yo, ass is
What's
shirt ass.
Alright, we back.
No, let's talk about the sound we just made.
You just made the weirdest sound, man. I don't know what that
I was trying to get my foot over the fucking.
Why you wearing flip flops with socks, though?
Hey, don't
Wait, shut up. Wait, shout out to them people. Shout out to them.
Hey, that be the move or something. I can't. That be the move.
I'm in my crib. I'm chilling. Fuck you talking
Facts.
about? Anyway, we back here. God damn it! I hit my knee. We back here. Damn that shit.
Should wear them socks. Or those sandals.
Right, mama back. You wearing them socks?
We back for the closing comments on the segment.
Fuck your socks and sandals. This nigga eat peanut butter and ketchup.
Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know what that.
That's what your socks and sandals look like. Peanut butter and ketchup. Oh, this is cool. This is so
What's your closing comments, Lane?
Alright, so I just wanted to wrap up the whole mental illness shit. Like, again, I'm not justifying what Kanye is wrong, stupid in his thinking on these political issues, but I put him and like someone like in a separate box with their
A coon box.
Yeah, you have the regular coon box with Stacey
The coon box
Dash and the sheriff and all that, and you have the Kanye. It's obvious they need help. Honestly, the stuff they say is probably like a lashing out of the fact they need help. Kanye's mentioned multiple times he wanted to commit suicide because whatever happened, his heartbreak, his mom dying, all that shit. What personal shit she deal with, but she clearly has her own issues. She's expressed, she said racist things, she said Trump supporting things, she said her own stuff. So like,
Some
she
anti, like LGBT.
yeah, she said that. She said some stuff.
Y'all need help.
She called the dude from, I'm not gonna say the word, but she called the dude from One Direction, I think. He's a Middle Eastern dude. She called him a sand N-word. She got a lot of her own issues, but like mental illness is important because, again, not justifying what they say, but you have to identify that a lot of this stuff is a cry for help. A lot of this stuff is, in Kanye's example, Obama called him a jackass, so a normal person would just maybe brush that off. But in his mind, that may have impacted him.
What was it? I was the abomination of Obama's nation.
Yeah, like, and we all know Obama is not perfect himself. That's a whole other discussion as well. But like, it's someone like his mind where the first black president is calling you a jackass and for interrupting Taylor Swift at that. So it wasn't even a necessarily bad thing because low-key Kanye interrupting Taylor was like a pro-black moment because he interrupted white bands in his own erratic way to kind of say black people deserve
No, to say the truth. Beyonce still had, I don't know.
Beyonce, they had the best album of all.
And I don't remember the band. It was like a rock band, like years later.
Black people invented rock.
Yeah, true.
They did.
So he interrupted.
Wait. Black people invented blues.
Black people invented everything.
A lot of
Oh
shit.
shit.
Literally almost everything.
Now quit interrupting him, Kanye.
Except polka. But I don't remember the band's name. I don't remember the band's name. It was years later. He interrupted the band and said, I think it was when he was like Outkast. I don't remember the specifics of the way, but like in his own disrespectful way, he was interrupting white artists because he felt black artists they would get hip hop album of the year or nominated for that. But they would never get nominated or win album of the year. So in his weird, disrespectful, kind of funny way, he was kind of saying, like, yo, these black Outkast deserves his Grammy. Beyonce deserves his Grammy. So, like, I think that manifested itself in a way to where the first black president and the leader of the free world, he called me a jackass because I'm interrupting Taylor Swift to stick up for Beyonce. Like, damn, like who do I have as my ally?
Not white people though.
Right. I'm not. Again, Trump is trash. I'm not gonna say what I hope happens to him.
What we all.
I'm not gonna say that because whatever. But Trump is trash. Everyone knows he's trash.
You gonna wrap this up?
You're right. I'm gonna wrap it up. But like in his mind, because we all know he has mental illness, he's viewing Obama's comments on him as like, man, like I'm doing this, and the black president is.
Right. We wrapping that motherfucking thing up
Again, because he went too far and the shit cut off. But yeah, so moving along.
I'm gonna let you start with your ending.
So basically, for me to wrap it up, damn, I forget what point I was trying to make. But for me to wrap it up, mental health in the black community most definitely needs to be addressed, because a lot of shit that's going on is because the black community don't know how to handle mental health. That was the point I was trying to make at the very end of the segment. It's like kids taking drugs isn't for fun. It's literally because they have demons that they need to fucking fight. And if they only have these drugs that are available to them to fight these demons and have that escape, they're gonna take it. So we need to have some type of discussion. We need to have some type of
leadership, and then tell them that these emotions are normal. I've suffered from depression since I was 11. I want to die every day. I'm happy. Really, I'm really happy. And I'm still okay with dying. Only at the hands of me. But we're not put in a position where we can understand and identify with emotions, because in lower income communities, all we know is anger, hate, and bitterness.
I've also struggled with depression since I was younger than, I'll say a teenager. And I was suicidal in high school. This was like, I'm not obviously not diagnosed, but that's something that the black community needs to address, where we don't know how to cope with these things. So that's why you turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to this stuff. So.
Self-medicating?
Yeah, self-medicating, yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, it's up to us as the people. And a king isn't a president. A king is a man of the people. A queen is a woman of the people. A queen isn't Melina, whatever her name is. You have to die from the grenade and lead by example. And I feel like at this point, we have to share our pain and show who we are. And just be like, you know what? I went through that. What do you say? Hov did that. So hopefully you won't have to go through that.
exactly.
You know, not to make light, like, again, this situation, but.
And that's what would disappoint me about Kanye the most. He could use his mental illness to say, to project in a positive way, like, I have this mental illness, I'm an example, this is how you should be.
He did minimize it with his statement. Like, that's a superpower.
He said, but that's also part of his mental illness. His mental illness is making him wrongly evaluate his mental illness. So, like, he's thinking it's a superpower. Like, so.
My final thoughts, and this is an unpopular opinion, I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. Kids See Ghosts. I do not like Kid Cudi. Rock, I'm fucking with that album. Kanye's a problem. I'm fucking with that album. Like, at this point, like, my wrap up, again, health is health, be it mental, emotional, physical. But, and I'm not trying to take anything from it. Like, keep that shit in tune, take care of home. Home sometimes is simply yourself.
Self-care.
But I'm fucking with good music and what they doing.
Now, what I will say about Cudi, even if you don't mess with his music, even if you don't mess with him as a rapper, he don't even, I don't know.
Yeah, he don't rap.
He a half rapper, half singer, whatever you, even if you don't mess with his music, I like what he stands for as far as, I don't know if you've seen some of his interviews, but he if you don't know, he's extremely depressed. he deals with these mental issues himself. So
Drake tried to get points off him.
yeah, like Drake mentioned his this. So
he
like,
was on drugs. Too.
Drake, Cudi, he addresses his mental illness and he speaks on it. Like he makes music for those kids who feel like they have nowhere to turn to, they have no one to relate to. He makes music for those kids that can relate to having that mental illness. And more than anything else, I respect him for that. And we need the Kanye's, we need everyone else
that won't happen.
Relates to it. It won't happen probably with Kanye because
wait, come on, wait. Taylor in the building. Taylor. Say something, say hi. Wait, we hanging out.
Oh, hi.
Alright, so that was our little segment, at least for now. We might have another one with Taylor involved.
No, Taylor gonna do his thing.
Yeah, of course. So thanks for watching. And we want to shout out John P. and Rogers. Check out the SoundCloud. Thanks for the music. And we'll see you next time. This has been Godflow presenting The Hangout.
Peace in the Middle East.
yeah.
Peace and positivity. Peace and positivity. Free my nigga Josh. Peace and positivity.
What is it? Free my nigga Wi-Fi.
Peace and much love to you.
Free my nigga Wi-Fi. That shit from Marcus.